You want to start calisthenics, but you feel completely stuck and you don't know where to begin. I know exactly what you're feeling because this was me a few years ago. I was completely stuck. But when I changed these 5 things, everything changed and I started to actually see some progress. If you're just starting calisthenics or if you've been stuck for months on this one skill that you want to achieve, you have to listen to this video because these 5 things will save you a lot of time and some frustration too. You have to focus on fundamentals. When I started, I really wanted to do some handstands, some push-ups, some pull-ups, some really cool skills, and then I wanted to do, I don't know, elbow levers and stuff like that, and then I thought about muscle-ups directly, and I was like, I had no basics, I was not able to do 3 push-ups, I was missing some steps. Focusing on basics is what will give you results. If you don't have strong basics, you will not get anywhere. By the way, I'm still working on my basics. But when I started to focus on the basics and train for dips, pull-ups, push-ups, maybe some handstands, then I started to see some real improvement and I could feel I had more strength to try other things. So for example, if you can't do pull-ups, try to do negatives, try to do assisted pull-ups. Don't aim for the maximum when you don't have the basics, just start with easier regressions. Start small and you'll end up progressing very quickly. So first focus on the basics and you'll see that the more advanced skills will come later very naturally. Section 2 is consistency and motivation. I believe these things are very different. And I really think that consistency beats motivation actually. You know, I used to train random exercises when I felt motivated and I was trying a bunch of skills and I was just a bit lost in my training, and some days I would rely on my motivation, some days I would say, okay, I'm not feeling it today. After having this little schedule, you know, when I started training smarter, so I added regressions, different skills, and even if I was training 20 minutes, you know, it was already training. So this for me is consistency. You train on a consistent basis and you will see progress with that. Because if you rely on your motivation, one day you'll be in, one day you'll be like, no, I'm too tired. But be careful, I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to your body. Especially if you're a woman, it's important to listen to your body because your cycles also tell you your strength and it's important to take it into consideration. Section 4 is don't skip mobility and flexibility sessions. And focusing on the core exercises is key. This is for me so important. For months I was only focusing on pure strength. I was not really doing mobility work. My core was still quite weak and I was not training it. And I was really hitting a wall. But when I started to integrate some flexibility training, a little bit of yoga, some mobility work, and I started to not train abs specifically, but core in general, like toes to bars or hollow holes, for example, which helped me a lot. When I started doing this almost every session, at the end of the session, then I saw progress. And it really fixed my handstand form. It helped me for push-ups because without core strength, push-ups are more difficult. It helps me on a lot of things in my training in general, not only for calisthenics, but also for other sports. It's the basic. So if I was you, I would just add a little, 5 to 10 minutes mobility training at the end of my workout, and you will see that it makes such a difference. The fifth thing I would implement is track your progress. I would film myself if I were you. If I had to start again, I would just film myself all the time because, when you feel like you're not improving, not making progress, you just watch your videos from a few months or a few weeks ago and you'll be motivated and it will boost your confidence. I cannot tell you how much I've watched my older videos and when you don't film yourself, you don't actually see the transformation. And when you see yourself on videos, you're just like, okay, this makes sense. I know why I'm continuing. I know why I'm training. And this is really so important. This is like a reward. You see yourself getting better and better all the time and it's just great. It's a great source of motivation, even if you shouldn't rely on motivation, I know. You can also take notes during your training on a piece of paper in a little agenda, This way you'll see how much reps you did, if you unlocked a certain skill, and then a few weeks later you can come back on it and see the transformation. And this is really a mental boost. So if you want to start calisthenics and actually succeed. You should focus on basics, be consistent, train smart, add mobility and flexibility, and track your progress. This is for me 5 very important elements in your training. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps me. I'm just starting my channel. Let me know in the comments which calisthenics move you like to achieve and what you're currently working on, because I'm really interested and curious to know what you guys like. And I'll make more videos to help you.